I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary. The constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Come now, Hal. My men are mustered in the courtyard. We can get going. So, can we set off?
Of course.
So, to horse!
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rodsey? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord.
Yeah.
What do you think about Sir Yobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again. But now it looks a lot more complicated.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. It beggars belief. Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a...
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dis...
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him, mind.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Ha! Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Jobst.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite there being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel. And have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
And that Berghoff we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him. And his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
What about the League of Lords?
Wealthy, pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back at their old tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
God be with you, lad.
Are you wishing you'd stayed home at Rattay instead of...
You must be joking.
Really? Despite being wounded? Actually, you missed the best part.
It can't have been that much fun if I fell asleep. But you might have handled me a bit more...
Oh, all right then.
Nonsense. What would you do without me? Still, thank you for hauling me out of there.
I went to Parley.
So how did that go?
I convinced him to take his gang and leave.
Really? I knew you were no fool, but that's something else.
I don't know about...
Don't be so modest. We have to...
Well, young sir, what now? Shall we ride...
I never took you for a romantic soul. But as it happens...
What, here? Now?
Ah, that's just the thing. Well, who knows what fate has in store for us? What if we should fall as heroes on the battlefield? How could I depart this world with a quiet heart, never having known true love?
I'm a little worried about you, sir. Aren't you getting overheated inside that armour?
Look, I can't just go off and get my head chopped off somewhere without first winning the heart of the girl I love.
Well, affairs of the heart are what I do best.
You, Hal, shall be my messenger of love. You shall bear her a letter.
Why me? It's not like you to be bashful, sir.
Certainly not. Carolina is different to the others. I must court her secretly.
And who is this
The butcher's daughter. Hold of a necklace fine enough to grace her lovely neck. I lost it at dice in the Ledechko tavern when I was...
So, some dice player from Ledechko won your grandmother's valuable necklace. Haven't you...
My great-grandmother's...
Jesus Christ be praised.
Are you the one who played dice with Lord?
Played and won, lad. Fine noble he may be.
I can't disagree with you there.
No, I don't. Some noble rode through here and we had a game or two. Only them dice kept...
Did you know where this fellow was headed?
He was waiting for someone here, but when they didn't show up by midday, he rode on. He mentioned something about camping by the bridge over the Sass...
There aren't many fords along the river on the way. Can you tell me anything?
Fine gent he was, well dressed, on horseback.
You said they fell well.
Aye, and no wonder.
That's all I need to know.
Take care now.
Are you after something? I'm afraid my friend here won't tell you much.
Your friend? Oh, I'm very sorry. And, well, I don't want to be insensitive, but I was hoping to get something from him. My master's neck...
Your master?
Well, Sir Radzig Cobbler of Skalitz is my liege lord. I'm Henry, a private matter.
Those are weighty names in these parts. I'm Sir Anselm of Domkey, and that is...
I'm listening.
I will. And I'm sure it... The thing is, this is all my fault. I got held up on the way to meet Alphonse. Amen, lad. I was heartbroken and enraged by turns, tearing my hair and cursing. Alphonse, I brought him into a certain business matter to negotiate with some people, and this is how it ended. When I finally pulled myself together, I took a look around and found some tracks. I followed them to the camp of those very brigands.
Nah, you can't trust anyone these...
You can pass yourself off as Alphonse. Get into the band, find that fuck... And when you do, you'll find...
What was the purpose of Sir Alphonse's negotiation?
Look, Henry, you'd best avoid that subject if at all possible.
It'll be a bit hard to avoid that, since it was supposed to...
True. Well, Alphonse was supposed to talk Earhart into moving his robbing raids towards Benishov, especially holding up merchants' wagons heading for Prague. In return, he was to offer a reward of up to 12,000 groschen.
I see. So you were...
No, neither Pilgrims nor Benishov. Nor Vlashim, for that matter. Damn politics.
What do you know about the brig...
Actually, they're not just ordinary bandits. They came here in the hope...
Why don't you ask some of the local lords for help? I'm sure the...
There's nothing I'd like to see more than the lot of them strung up.
And how am I supposed to
Ask around. I don't reckon anyone will admit to stabbing him in his sleep, but now that I think of it, they stole other valuables.
Silver is silver, though. I won't recognise anything. Didn't he have something unique?
No, not that I can... Oh, yes, he did. Dice. He had a set of dice made specially in Prague.
What can you tell me about...
Indeed. A few details should suffice. He was from Slan.
He sounds like a man of the world, but I've never even been to Prague.
You can always change the subject. He was an ardent dice player, God forgive him. And he spent some time in Moravia on the service of Prokop of Lux.
That doesn't make any sense. If one of...
No. They never saw him before. So whoever killed him...
Are you quite sure they don't know him?
Aye. He moved in altogether different circles. So I reckon the best thing is for you to introduce yourself as Alphonse, have a snooper...
Is there anything else I should watch out?
The main thing is to look and sound like a noble, not a peasant.
My word.
So are you going to help?
I'll help.
Thanks 1,000-fold. And for the love of God, don't...
I'll bear that in mind. Looks like he died without a struggle. Maybe killed in his sleep. They took everything he had. Money, jewels...